All right, hello and welcome back. My name is Cameron Kirk. I am a software developer living in Las Vegas, Nevada. And today we are going to be doing some more Roblox Studio. We're going to be making a lamp. And not just any lamp, this is going to be a lamp that is programmed to automatically turn on and turn off depending on the time of day in your game. So to get started, let me just move down here. We opened up our project from last time, so let me go ahead and hit play. What we have here is a game that has the time of day changing, and we also have a clock being displayed as a user interface to the players in the game. So this is looking pretty good. And the clock is changing time, and you can adjust how fast time goes by in your game. Cool. So we're going to be going in our workspace, and we're going to be making a model that is going to model our lamp. And I just wanted to quickly cover, the link is in the description. I, of course, wanted to start off by showing the developer API and what it says about the workspace. So the workspace is a place that can hold any objects that are going to be rendered in the 3D world. So that means if you can see it in your game, it is in the workspace. In addition to that, I just wanted to quickly reference the developer API reference on what a model is. And basically, a model is just a container for objects. It's a way of grouping your parts together. So these are two tools we are going to be using in this video that will help us with keeping our game organized. And you'll see why later. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with building this lamp. I am going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to turn off this UI view. I like it full screen like that. And I am going to come up to workspace and click the plus. And we are going to add a model to our workspace. Now we'll click the model. We can rename it. I will name mine Simple Light model. So it's a simple light. We're going to add a part to this model. So I'll click the plus, add, I think I want to be looking at the floor. Click the plus and type in part, add it, there it is. And I want to reshape this part so that it looks like a pole. And I'm going to rename the part as well. So I'm going to rename this to pole. Okay, and now we're going to grab the scale tool. We are going to shrink this guy down pretty thin and stand him up taller. Okay, and I want to change the material to metal just because I like it. There you go. I'll keep the color, that gray color looks fine. I could see a pole being that color. Feel free to customize yours however you like. Okay, we need to anchor this pole, so we don't want our player to run into this pole and knock it over. We need it to be anchored. We want it fixed. So we'll check this anchor option up here at the top. Let me just make sure I am in fact recording. I'm so worried. Oh, my green screen is kind of messed up. There we go. Just got better. For now. Okay, let's keep going. Let's add another part to the simple light model. I'm going to type in part. Actually, let's do it this way. I'm going to delete this part I just added, and I'm going to highlight the pole part. I'm going to hit Control D, and that will duplicate it, and then I'm going to stretch it out taller and then shrink the bottom like that. By the way, if you're having an issue where it's kind of snapping too far, so it'll like click here or it'll click there, it's not letting you get this smooth scaling, you need to come into the Model tab and uncheck Move for the Snap to Grid section. Uncheck that, and that will free up your modeling to be whatever you like you see on my screen. So now that I have that, I am also going to stretch it out in all directions. Doesn't have to be perfect. The point of this video is to get you working with the code. So I'm not too worried about how it looks on mine, but it is your game, and if you would like to spend more time making the lamp look just how you want it to, you'll be able to still use what I'm going to show you in this video to sort of control your lamp. So we have the pole, and now we have a second pole. We want to rename that. This will be the lamp part. And we're going to also change the material to glass. So we get that transparent look. I'm going to change the color to, I'll do the brick color. I want to get a nice yellow, so I'll grab that yellow. And then I'm going to increase the transparency. So let me do something a little more translucent. I'm going to drag this slider up. That looks good. We want it to sort of look like transparent, like that. Cool. Actually, maybe a little less transparent for mine. I know I said looks don't matter. Okay. And we want to anchor this in place as well. Oh, it already is anchored. Okay, so they're both anchored and they're both inside the Simple Light model. That is perfect. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add a point light inside of the lamp. So I'm going to click on here and I'll click on point light. There it is. And on this point light, we can increase the range, we can increase the brightness, we could change the color of it. I'll make mine a range of 15. You can adjust yours after you see it in game. We're also going to add a script to the lamp part. So we're going to add a script here. Cool. Now, I'm not going to rename this script since it's inside the lamp part. We know that this is going to be a script for the lamp. I think it's appropriate in this case to leave it as a script. Okay. So another thing I want to point out, just a quick moment of caution. This script is going to have our code that controls the point light and the lamp and this whole model pretty much. And then let's say in your game, a very natural thing to do would be to take the model and duplicate it and put another lamp somewhere else in your game. That is a very natural thing to do, and that's what you would expect, right? I just want to extend a word of caution on doing this. I am going to have a follow-up video after this video. If it's already out, you should see the link to it now on your screen. But go check out that video after this one, after you're done following this tutorial, because what I'm going to show you is how you can make a bunch of models in your game. So here we have two. Let's say we grab both of them. Let me collapse them down. You grab both of them, you duplicate them, and boom, now we have 4. And then we grab all of those, and we duplicate them. Oh, I click save. We duplicate them, and now we have 8. And then your game is going good. You know, a couple months later, you decide you want to make a change to the lamp. And what that would require is you have to go to each lamp, drop down its components in the model, and edit the script one at a time. So here I'll make it say, hello Cameron. I will save that. But then what I have to do is I have to go to the next one, and I have to look at that one's script. And you see the change didn't take for all of the lamps. So all these lamps are using the same script, but as soon as we want to change something, and we have a bunch of them, they're not using the same script. They each have their own unique script that happen to have the same code. So in my next video, I highly recommend, if you're interested, I'm going to show you how to fix this problem, how to make one script control many models in your game. And then that way, when you want to make a change to the code, you change it in one place and it goes for all of your models in the game. Okay, with that brief aside out of the way, let's go ahead and delete these extra guys and let's get back on track here. So we have this script, and we are going to still write the script like this for this video. It's going to be the same code that you use. We're just going to add a couple things in the next video, and we'll see how to fix that problem. So don't worry about it. Just follow along with me and then check out the next one. All right, so we are going to be going to our replicated storage. And if you recall in our last video, we set up this clock values folder that tells us, is it AM or PM, tells us the hour, tells us the minutes. So if you didn't follow that one, I highly recommend you go back and do that before you continue following along here. Otherwise, your stuff is not going to work if you don't have this set up. Great. So, did I just delete it? Oh, I didn't know backspace would delete that. That is irritating. Okay, so we're going to delete the print hello world. And we need to create a reference to this replicated storage. So we're going to say local replicated. I will call mine RS. And that is going to be equal to game get service. And then we're going to put in quotes replicated storage. I love this autocomplete. Okay, local. I didn't used to have that. CV. This is for clock values. I'm calling it CV. And that is going to be in the RS. Inside there is a folder called clock values, and boom, there we go. And actually, we're not going to do dot, my mistake. We're actually going to do colon, wait for child, quote, clock values. The wait for child method basically says we're going to look for clock values folder, and if it's not there, we're going to stand around and wait until it appears there. And this is generally a good idea to do because there could be situations where the server is running slow and it's still loading things in, and it wants to get the clock values, and the clock values does exist, it's just not there yet because the server is running slow. So doing this wait for child, you're basically going to be standing there waiting until it appears. So this is assuming that it will appear, and that's just generally good practice. So now that we have the folder, we need to make a reference for the hour. So I'm going to call mine H. And that is going to be NCV colon wait for child once again for the same reasons. And we will get hour. And I'm actually going to highlight, copy and paste 2 more times. So we have an hour, we have a minute, and we have a, let's call this is underscore, let's just call it is AM. And this guy will be minute. There it is. And this guy will be AM. Just like that. So it's important that the names inside these quotes match the names of your data structures inside the clock values folder. And then we'll get our data structures, a reference to our data structures that we can then open up and get the data out of. And we need these because we are going to be turning on the point light or turning off the point light based upon the hour of the day. So it is necessary to do that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our function. Anytime we want to give the computer something to do, we're going to put it in a function. So this will be the toggle lamp function, just like that. And then we are going to invoke this function. So as soon as the game starts running, this script will be executed and it will run the toggle lamp function. This is just sort of like the first time initial run. Things are just starting up. What time of day is it? And we should toggle the lamp accordingly to the logic of what time of day it is. So speaking of, well, before we get to the logic, let's quickly also connect this function to whenever the hour changes. So h dot, not value, but we want the changed event. And then we'll do a colon, connect, and then we will run our toggle lamp function. Hey, nice, they fixed the bug, or I guess maybe it was a bug or wasn't a bug. The autocomplete is so much better. When I used to do autocomplete, it would, and I typed in toggle lamp like that, it would put the open and close parentheses on the end of that, and now they fixed that. But anyways, so what this is basically saying is when the value, the h.value changes, we're going to run our toggle lamp function. So basically every hour we're going to check, is it time to turn on the lamp? And if it is, we'll do it. Cool. Now, one thing I forgot to do is we need a reference. So here's our script. We need a reference to the point light. And also, we're going to be grabbing a reference to the lamp, and that will allow us to add a couple more cool effects visually to our lamp model. And you'll see what I mean in a second. So we're going to say local lamp. And this is going to be equal to the script dot parent. So the parent of the script, there's a parent-child relationship going on here. The children of the lamp is the script and the point light, and that makes the parent of the script the lamp part. So we can say our local variable lamp is going to be equal to script.parent. And now that we have that lamp reference, we can say local, let's call it point light is equal to lamp dot point light, like that. And capitalization and spelling does count, so please make sure you do not misspell this. Okay, cool. So let's now write the logic for our toggle lamp function. So what we're going to do is if h.value is exactly equal to 7, so I'm going to make mine turn on and turn off at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. So if it is exactly 7, then we're not done yet. We're saying the hour is 7, but we need to check, is it 7 a.m. or, well, yeah, we need to check, is it 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. And the reason for this is because if it's 7 a.m., we need to turn the lamp off because it is now the start of the day. So if is am.value, then we're going to turn, I'm doing a dash dash for a comment, turn off the light. And so to turn off the light, we're going to say point light dot enabled is equal to false. And this point light dot enabled, what we're basically doing is we're taking our reference to the point light. So here is a reference to the point light, and we're looking through the properties, and we're going to access this enabled property, and we're going to set it to false. Notice there's a true false checkbox here, and false means no check in the checkbox. While we are here, we can also take our lamp, so the lamp is just the part, and we're going to get its material property, and we're going to set it equal to glass because it is now daytime. We want it to be transparent and we want it to be see-through, so we're going to set it to to glass, and we're also going to set the transparency equal to, what did we set our transparency to begin with? 0.2. So we're going to set it back to 0.2 if it is 7 and it is AM. All right. Else, we're going to turn on the light. Because if it's not 7 a.m., then it must be 7 p.m. So let's just copy these 3 lines of code. Paste them right here. Put this guy as true. We'll put this guy as neon. And we'll put the transparency to 0. Okay. And let's go ahead and hit play. And let's see what we got. Where's my light? There it is. And right now it's nighttime, and you can see that it is... Oh, and just like that, it became daytime, and the light turned off. So I hope you enjoyed this very brief tutorial. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please get subscribed if you're not, and stay tuned for the next tutorials. I got a lot of great stuff coming out. And yeah, once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.